And finally, AMD has revealed its new lineup Ryzen 7. As they say, it can easily beat Intel chips. Previous processors from AMD was so disappointing and can only be used in low-end computers. But now Ryzen has a boost of 52% in instructions per cycle. So we can get more performance from Ryzen 7. So now we will see what we got from Ryzen 7. What is up guys, welcome back. I'm Ashraf from TechSense. In this video I'm going to talk about AMD Ryzen 7. New Ryzen 7 is mostly going to compete with Intel's i7 lineup, and Ryzen 7 consists of 3 processors each with 8 cores and 16 threads, and they are Ryzen 7 7800, Ryzen 7 7800X and Ryzen 7 800X, and we have 24 PCIe lanes. It's February 26 and Ryzen 7 is now available for pre-order. You can pre-order them from any of your known retail outlets. You can find these links in the description. Ryzen 7 8800X is the fast 8-core 16-thread processor that can beat Intel's flagship CPU i7 6900K for only $499 USD. Ryzen 7 1800X has a base clock of 3.6 GHz and can be boosted up to 4 GHz. But we can actually have a more boost with XFR or extended frequency range. Ryzen 7 1800X is a 95 watt CPU. Ryzen 7 1700X has a base clock of 3.4 GHz and can be boosted up to 3.8 GHz. And Ryzen 7 1700 has a base clock of 3.0 GHz and can be boosted up to 3.7 GHz, and it is a 65 watt CPU. We have seen that AMD has compared its Ryzen 7 800X with the Intel's flagship i7 6900K. But if we talk about Ryzen 7 700, then it is the fast 8-core 16-thread processor with significantly lower TDP of 65 watt and has a price tag of $329. We can easily compare it with Intel's i7 7th generation 7700K because of the same price range. Ryzen 7 700 will include a CPU cooler, but it is not offered to Ryzen 7 1800X or 1700X. As they say, Ryzen 7 1700X can perform 4% faster than Intel's 6900K and 39% faster than Intel's i7 6800K. AMD says that Ryzen 7 1800X is the fastest 8-core 16-thread processors in the market. If we look at the single-thread performance of 1800X, then it can beat i7 6900K by 9%. If you are a video editor, then more cores or more threads can help you a lot to render 4K videos a lot faster. Now we are going to look at some gaming benchmarks. In the left hand side we have Intel's i7 6900K, and on the right hand side we have new Ryzen 7 1800X. They both have dual Radeon RX 480 in Crossfire, and as you can see that they have pretty same frame rates per second. I think Ryzen is really very useful for content creators because content creation or video editing needs more cores or more threads. And now we are going to look at a render process of Handbrake. Those who don't know what Handbrake is, check the description for more info. In Handbrake we are going to convert a 4K 60 FPS file to 1080p 30 FPS file. In the left hand side we have Intel's i7 6900K, and on the right hand side we have Ryzen 7 1800X. As you can see that Ryzen 7 1800X has finished converting and Intel have not finished it yet, and after 10 seconds it has finally finished it. Now we are going to look at Cinebench 3D benchmark. On the left hand side we have Intel and on the right hand side we have AMD, and as you can see in this case 1800X has finished rendering before the 6900K. AMD will release these 3 new processors in the 2nd March worldwide. Thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, then hit that like button. But if you didn't like this video, then you know what to do. And if you want to get subscribed, then go down and click the subscribe button, or you can click this. And if you didn't watch the previous video, then you can watch them by clicking here or here.